This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we have the exciting highlights from the semifinal round of the section baseball playoffs. You'll see VANDEN take on Central Catholic. CALAVERAS battle GALT in the big-time showdown between MCCLATCHY and Franklin.
Sac-Joaquin section softball playoffs include Whitney taking on Turlock. You'll see action from track and field section finals, plus the story of the brothers from Downey baseball and how they're coping with the tragic loss of their uncle. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. We start tonight with the saga between Del Campo and BUHACH Colony. The Del Campo Cougars, the second seed in Division III, hosted BUHACH Colony in Game 1 for a best-of-3 series in the semifinal round.
Now, there was a lot of just stuff surrounding this game, which included a CIF investigation. Well, when all the dust was settled, the game played on Monday counted, and it was a good thing because it was a thriller.
BUHACH Colony taking the 2-hour drive north to take on Del Campo in the first round of the D3 semis. Both starting pitchers getting help from their defense early. Watch this grab from Matt Moses in center field. Come on, Matty, that's play of the week material. And so is this. The Thunder's center fielder Jackson Percoats. Jackson making the diving catch and a perfect throw to first base doubles up the runner. We are scoreless heading into the top of the fourth. Cooper lands with a deep fly ball the opposite way. That one falls. Cooper on his way into second with a double before the ball gets away, allowing Coop to head into third. That play was big because the next batter is Caden Phillibrown, and Caden, the slow chopper into no man's land, lands, scores the first run of the game. The Thunder looking for more with runners on first and second. Ground ball to Tyler Moore at third. He steps on the bag. Logan McCord gets the pick at first for the double play. The Cougars get out of the inning, allowing just that one run. Then it's Logan with a ground ball to the right side. A tough play there for the first baseman. Logan beats the throw at first. Jordan Jacobson scores on the play. The Cougars tie this game up at 1. But it's not tied for long. Thunder with a runner at third. Pitcher Logan Baptista comes up clutch. That ball makes its way to the fence in right center. Baptista with the RBI double, scoring Percoats. 2-1 BUHACH Colony. Then Baptista heads back to the mound for the next inning and shuts down the Cougars. Both starting pitchers with fantastic outings. Hayden Hughes, the Cougars starter, pitches 7, giving up just 4 hits. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Matt Moses keeps the 2-out rally going. The single to left puts runners on first and second. Tyler Moore is the next batter. He hits a slow chopper to first. A foot race to the bag, and Tyler is safe at first. Play at the plate. Luke Tudor is safe at home, and that ends it. Del Campo wins Game 1 of its series with BUHACH Colony in walk-off fashion. Tyler Moore talks to us after that game-winning hit.
I seen him playing back when he fielded the ball, and I was already halfway down the line, so I knew I had a chance to get there, and I just gave it everything I got. We had a huge pitching performance from Hayden Hughes, and he really just dominated on the mound, you know. We made some mistakes on the field, that's why they scored, but he was just doing his thing out there.
There's Jerry Manuel, the Cordova High grade and ex-MLB player and manager, looking over the Alpha Charter boys as they host Bear River. First inning, Alpha Charter with 2 on, but a nice play. Kenny Bolt snagging the ball and over to Dylan Newharth like a glove. Second inning, the Angels with 2 on, and again, Jack Colson at the plate. The ball gets away, and Elijah White sprints in. The throw's not in time, 1-0 Alpha. 2-0 now, still bottom 2. Derek Fisher at the bat, and he flies out to center. Deep enough for Colson to score. 3-0 Angels. Bolts needs a ground ball, and he gets it here. Anders Jorgensen gobbles it up, steps on second for 1, and on to first for the double play. Bases loaded now in the third, infield in, and that helps out Colson as he muscles this jam shot just over the infielders' heads. Corey Ramson comes in to score. 5-0 Angels. In the fourth, Bear River with 2 on for Tyler Newharth, who dumps the pitch into the Sunfield. It reaches earth. Ryder Holcomb cruises in to score, and it's a 5-1 ball game. Bottom of the fourth now, Alpha Charter doing the small things right. Angus Watkins up with the bases loaded, and he plates Jackson Bird from third as Bear River gets the out at 1. 7-1 Alpha. Then White hits it high and deep to the wall in left center. 2 more runs come on in for Alpha Charter as Elijah White cruises into third with a stand-up triple, and it's a 9-1 Angels lead. That was more than enough for Jackson Bird. The Sac State commit goes 6 innings strong, striking out 9, only giving up 2 hits as the Angels go on to win 10-1. They take the series victory and will now play Mariposa County for all the marbles.
You know, we're really just trying to do the best we can to go out with a bang this year, with it being the last year. So we're just trying to do the best we can to hopefully come out with a championship.
HILMAR looking for their first softball section title ever. CALAVERAS their first since 1995. Let's get it. Parker Ream reporting. Jenna Gomes in the circle. Big Red wanting to pounce early. Paige Johnston got it started. The base hit up the middle, but Big Red can't do anything with it. In the bottom half, HILMAR gets a hit. Cameron Mato slaps one to center. A shallow base hit, but a heads-up play by Reese Massa to throw on to second to get the force out. Scoreless through 3. The Yellow Jackets get on the board in the 4th. Emily Cogswell hits a dribbler off of Macy Villegas, and the throw on to first is off target. The run comes on in to score 1-0. Next batter, Demi Silva at the dish. She hits it. Oppo for the base hit. The RBI single brings in Emily, and HILMAR goes up 2-0. Jenna Gomes held it down on her end from that point, striking out Izzy Tapia in the 5th inning, and HILMAR is inching closer. The top of the 6th is where they broke through. Nicole Teixeira at the plate here, and the ball gets away. HILMAR goes up 3-0. The Yellow Jackets said they needed to put pressure on Calaveras early. Better late than never. Same inning, 4-0 now. Bases loaded, and Destiny delivers with the RBI single. The Yellow Jackets break through for a 6-run 6th to make it 8-0. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for Calaveras, and Paige Johnston keeps it alive. She smacks this one to center, and the stand-up double puts a runner in scoring position. But next batter, Bailey Clark, makes solid contact, but not solid enough. Nicole Teixeira, what just happened? Take a look again. She gets up and chases down Paige for the double play to end the game, as HILMAR takes its first ever section championship in school history behind 7 scoreless innings from Jenna Gomes. I caught up with her after the game.
It's awesome that these girls that we've been with since JV to now varsity, we've worked for this since we were freshmen. We knew we'd be able to do it, and we did.
D2 playoff volleyball is going down. Sam Berg here's the Jesuit Marauders hosted the Ponderosa Bruins for the quarterfinal matchup. And this match started off with some trickery. The serve from Chase Skinner just squeaks over the net and dumps in there. Hey, you got to take every point you can in the playoffs. But the trickery went both ways. Colin Marks leaps up for the set. Just kidding. He tips it over into no man's land as the Marauders started out set 1 hot. But the Bruins were right there with him. Alex Zimmerman sets it up for Ryan Hart, and he gets the kill through the defense to get the Bruins back in it. But the Marauders had pulled away. The set from Marks was right on the money to Josh Turner, and there's no returning that kills. The Marauders would take set 1. On to set 2 now, and the Marauders were looking to keep up the momentum. Vince Simone leaps up, and ooh, baby, that one's coming in hot. The Marauders would take an early lead, but not if Ryan Hart has anything to say about that. He gets the kill as Ponderosa was looking to cut the deficit. But set 2 was all Marauders. Mark sets it up for Simone, and he tips it past the reach of the defender. No shot for a return as Jesuit would take a convincing 25-10 win in set 2. Here we go to set 3, and the Bruins were looking to mount a comeback. Zimmerman sets it up for Blake Hood, and no return can be made on that one. The Bruins were looking to pull ahead. But the Marauders defense wasn't about to let anything like that happen. Marks gets the block as the Marauders were doing it on all sides of the ball Tuesday night. But the Bruins would not go down quietly. The return was set up on a silver platter for Tyler Gross, and he slams it down. The Bruins were looking good here in set 3, but it would not be enough to stop Jesuit. The final strike would come from the right hand of John Downey, and no one is stopping that laser beam as the Marauders take set 3 and the victory. Jesuit wins and advances to play Monte Vista for the semifinals on Thursday.
Time now for the Players of the Week. These players are chosen for their standout performances from games played last week. Our first Player of the Week is Gavin Farina from Turlock Christian. The Eagles advanced to the semifinal round with a win over Forest Hill. Gavin threw all 7, giving up no earned runs and striking out a career-high 20 batters.
Wow. Our second Player of the Week is Lexi Coyle from Dixon. The Rams won the Golden Empire League last week behind Lexi's 4 RBI day. She was 4 for 4 at the plate with a double. Dixon finished the regular season undefeated and drew the #1 seed in Division 4. Lexi Coyle and Gavin Farina, this week's Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
Ankle sprains are seen in many sports, most commonly in hard court sports like basketball and volleyball. Typically, the athlete's foot is twisted inward, causing an injury to the ligaments on the outer aspect of the ankle. Symptoms include pain, swelling, bruising, and at times, the inability to bear weight. Appropriate treatment of ankle sprains initially includes ice, elevation, anti-inflammatory medication, and a period of immobilization, usually in a walking boot for about 10 to 14 days. Appropriate physical therapy rehabilitation is critical to prevent recurrent ankle sprains and chronic ankle instability.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, it's Whitney and Oak Ridge in Game 2 of the D1 semis.
Then it's the Division VI softball championship game as 49ers Sac-Hi Sports rolls along.
Hurry into Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. Get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $500 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchases. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 instant gift in stock for immediate delivery. And get 0% interest for 60 months. Only at Mattress Firm.
Welcome back to the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi's Stadium. The Whitney Wildcats have been given the nickname Cardiac Cats after winning their first 2 playoff games in walk-off fashion. The Cats enter their 3-game series with Oak Ridge this week, winning Game 1 8-4.
It will be the Trojans' mission to extend the series to a Game 3 in our first SunPower Electric game tonight. Brian Mueller was there.
Electric game.
Robert and Aubrey, these two teams are getting quite familiar with each other. Our SunPower Electric game marks the 5th time that the Trojans and Wildcats have matched up in the last 2 weeks. Whitney took the regular season series 2-1, and they will now try to close things out in the postseason here Wednesday afternoon. Our North Pitcher of the Year, Jace Gilmore, will not be on the mound because he started Monday, but he is also one of Whitney's best hitters with a .360 average and 2 homers. As for the Trojans, Braden Frank leads the team with a .333 average and 16 RBI. SunPower Electric game time. The Trojans trying to force a Game 3 in the series, and they couldn't have asked for a better start. Bottom 1, a runner on for the aforementioned Frank. He grounds one through the right side. Kalen Trexler comes in to score, and it's 1-0. Later in the inning, Drew Oreskes hits it to a similar spot, and that one finds the grass. Frank finds the plate, and Oak Ridge now leads 2-0. But they were not done in the inning. Jake Fields continues the assault on right field, another base hit. Oreskes scores, and the Trojans lead by 3 after 1. But in the second, Whitney has runners on first and second. Nathan Erickson lines a single. Shane Saunders coming around, but right as he gets home, the runner is thrown out at third for the final out, but the ump rules that Saunders touched home before the out, so the run counts. It's 3-1. To the fourth now, second and third for Whitney. Sam Thawley strokes this to right. Gilmore scores to make it 3-2. The Wildcats would tie it on a sac fly. Then Luke Euler puts Whitney on top as he grounds this into right for a base hit. Thawley comes sliding in with the go-ahead run to make it 4-3. Whitney now has the bases loaded in the inning, and Tyler Allen comes through with a liner to right. 2 runs come in, and Whitney erupts with a 5-run fourth to make it 6-3. Just as important was Gavin McClendon settling down on the mound. He held the Trojans scoreless in his final 4 innings of work after that 3-run first. The Trojans down to their final out in the game. It's a fly ball to left, and that will do it. The Wildcats will play for their first sectional title in school history Thursday against McClatchy. That calls for a nice post-game pose. 6-3 is the final. I spoke with Gavin after the game about bouncing back from that first inning.
Definitely found my stuff after first, second inning because those were rough. My pitch count was getting higher, but just kept focusing, throw strikes.
Reporting in El Dorado Hills for the SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
We have the Division 6 section championship being played between top-seeded Woodland Christian and second-seeded Millennium. The Cardinals strike first. 2 runners in scoring position for Gianna Carry-On, and the senior delivers with a base hit up the middle. That scores Tegan Hayes. Next batter is Morgan Sanders. She hits the ball hard, but Kaylee Carrillo makes a great play in left. Carry-On heads to the mound and keeps the Falcons off the board for the first 3 innings. This Falcon, however, was 2 for 2 in her first 2 at-bats. Alicia Robinson blasts the ball to center. She slides into second with a double. That puts a runner in scoring position for freshman Jamie Agwan, and it falls in shallow left. Alicia scores 3-1 Cardinals. Woodland Christian gets that run back. Runner at first, Addie Whiskins smokes the ball to center. Not only does Addie have power, she also has speed as she makes her way into third with the RBI triple. Another freshman making an impact. Malia Ritchie uses her nasty change to get out of the inning. Top of the 6th, Jocelyn Hernandez makes this a 1-run game. Deep line drive to left, and it gets back to the fence. Robinson and Lainey Gonzalez score 5-4 Woodland Christian. But the Cards get those runs back. Haley Castanon could not have placed that ball any better. Alexis Weiss scores. Then it's Tegan Hayes with a scorching line drive up the middle, and it shoots right to the fence. Stand-up double for the freshman catcher. 8-5 Woodland Christian heading into the final frame. 2 on, Millennium down to their final strike, and Agwan says, "We ain't done yet." That ball is hit deep to left, and it scores Carrillo and Anaya Morford. Carry-On gets the batter to ground out for the final out of the game. Woodland Christian is the Sac Joaquin Section Division 6 softball champions. Carry-On throwing all 7 and tacking on 2 RBIs at the plate. The Cards will play in the regional tournament beginning May 31st.
Coming up, it's Vanden taking on Central Catholic.
Then you'll meet this week's inspirational athletes, Ethan and Jackson Rowland from Downey High School. But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section softball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Welcome back to the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi Stadium. Game 2 of the semifinal series in Division 3 being played between Central Catholic and Vanden. Central Catholic coming off a Valley Oak League title, but the Raiders find themselves 1 game from elimination.
Yeah, Vanden won game 1 of the series, so the Vikings looking to advance to the Division 3 final game with a win over Central Catholic on Wednesday.
Central Catholic, Vanden, game 2 of the Division 3 semifinal series, and the Raiders come out swinging. Leadoff hitter Tyler Wentworth slaps the ball the opposite way, and it falls into shallow left. The speedy lefty slides into second with the double. That brings up Ponyboy, Aiden Taylor. That ball is hit hard, and it travels to the fence in left center. TP scores, Ponyboy with the double. Next batter is catcher Fernando Alanis, and Central Catholic gets their 3rd double to open up the ball game. Nando goes diving into second. Taylor scores. It's 3-0 Raiders. And they aren't done yet. Adrian Garcia isn't settling for a double. He says to this ball, "Get out of here, why don't you?" 4-0 Raiders. And they get close to going back-to-back, but center fielder Daryl Dilworth robs the home run. Da-na-na-na-na-na. That is play of the week material. After a scoreless top of the 2nd, the Raiders are back at it. Braxton Thomas with 2 on hits a liner through the right side. AJ Maligi scores. It's 6-0 Raiders after the inning. Starting pitcher Nolan Anderson pitching 5 scoreless frames as he gets the strikeout here, but Vanden eventually settling in, keeping the Raiders off the board for the remainder of the game thanks to plays like that. Wow, what a play, Jack Brooks. Top of the 7th, still 6-0 CC Dilworth, robbing that home run in center field earlier, so he knows exactly how far that fence is. Darryl clears it. Home run number 5 on the season for Dilworth. And the Vikes looking to add on more. Runner at first, ball in the dirt. Allen needs a pick off to first. Thomas applies the tag, and that is how this one ends. Central Catholic lives to see another game behind the dominant pitching performance from Anderson. Speaking of Nolan,
I just try to keep it simple, do what we been doing all year. I mean, we came into the season with me and one other actual starting pitcher, so I mean, nothing's really changed. I knew I was going to have to go to distance and give my team the best opportunity to compete for tomorrow, and that's what I did.
And we'll have highlights from that game later on in the show.
Every week, we bring you the stories of inspirational athletes overcoming the odds.
Brian Mueller has the story of 2 Downey brothers using baseball to honor their uncle.
For Ethan and Jackson Rowland, being both brothers and a battery has its positives.
It's kind of special because I know him more than anyone else does.
And its negatives.
Sometimes he shakes me off and I go to the mound and I'm like, why'd you shake me off? He's like, I don't want to throw it. And I'm like, well, I wanted you to throw it, so throw it.
But generally, the two are in sync, as evidenced by Jackson's nearly 2 ERA for Downey.
They're together a lot, you know, they have that nonverbal communication, you know, they can just give each other the look. I mean, that's how it is, you know, they're a year apart, you know, so they've grown up playing Little League together and up to high school, and so it's just fun to be a part of.
Family is important to these two, and a big part of it had always been their uncle, Max Fortuna, a captain with the Stockton Fire Department.
He was a big baseball and softball guy, and he played in a church league that was softball, and we would guest play for them sometimes, and it was always fun.
He was really big on fitness. He loved to work out, and he would tell people how strong he was and show off like he was some creature that couldn't be touched.
It's what made what happened in the early morning hours of January 31st that much more unbelievable. Captain Fortuna was responding to a dumpster fire less than a mile from the station when police say a man shot the captain. He later died at the hospital. Max Fortuna was 47 years old. He leaves behind a wife and 2 grown children. His nephews were at school on that Monday morning.
My mom had texted me during my 4th period right before lunch to come out to the parking lot.
As I got to the parking lot, I seen my grandpa and my mom standing out there. I knew something was up.
When Ethan got there, then they told us the news, and it was just the worst feeling ever.
For Ethan and Jackson, it felt like losing more than an uncle.
He was kind of like that second dad kind of thing. We always did family gatherings at his house.
Those memories are never far from home, whether they're at the plate or on the mound.
The back of my helmet is a Max for him, and then every time I pitch, I put his initials on the back of the mound.
He was a 12 in high school, and when he played baseball, he was 12. So I changed my number to 12 for him, and I have a sticker on my helmet. And every time I pitch, I'll put a 12 on the back of the mound for him.
It's just like, kind of like I'm talking to him, like he's watching me.
I'm wishing he was here.
But in many ways, their Uncle Max is here. His memory a reminder to live every day to its fullest, because you never know what life will throw at you.
You know, we hear people say that a lot, like live every minute and all that stuff, and it's just like, I think it's something that absolutely, you know, transforms where you can kind of say, like, hey, you know, don't waste today, don't waste an at bat, don't waste a pitch. You know, from my way I've heard them talk and from the actions I've seen, I think that there's no question that he'll live on with them and through them.
He's just a hero. He could be a hero to anybody, even if you don't know them. He was a big part of our lives, and I don't think I'll ever forget him.
Reporting in Modesto, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Ethan and Jackson say they are very appreciative of the support the Stockton and Modesto communities have shown to their family, and in particular, the Stockton Fire Department. They did a lot with the family.
Yeah, and thanks to all of the firefighters and police officers out there putting their lives on the line every day. Coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match. It's game 1 of the semifinal series with 2 of the very best, McClatchy and Franklin.
Then Enox and Pleasant Grove meet in the first week of the softball playoffs. But first, here's this week's Spirit Corner featuring the Casa Roble cheer team. You got something special for me. There's way too many suckers in the VIP.
Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thinking Heroes, like the Tracy Family Resource Center, who serve the local community. To reach our goal, we'll donate $50 for every vehicle sold. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Hurry into Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. Get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $500 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchases. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 instant gift in stock for immediate delivery. And get 0% interest for 60 months. Only at Mattress Firm.
49ers Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi Stadium. Two of the best teams in the section meeting in the Division I semifinals. McClatchy has won 13 of its last 14 games. The Lions very talented through the entire lineup. Senior Gabe Henderson taking the mound in Game 1, sporting a .23 ERA.
Henderson goes up against Nolan Stevens, a Mississippi State commit, with a .55 ERA. A pitcher's duel at Franklin in this week's perfect match. Just like Mattress Firm wants to find you a mattress that is your perfect match. Franklin and McClatchy, the Mattress Firm perfect match.
Aces on the mound for the D1 semifinal SJS matchup. Gabe Henderson versus Nolan Stevens. First inning, Nolan knows he's got some studs in the outfield, specifically Zach McCarger. It's not a Franklin highlight. He's not making diving plays. What a snag. Stevens got rolling after that. Big matchup to see here. Malcolm Moore strikes out. Momentum sticking with the home team early. Still in the first, Julian Carmona trying to change that. He hits it Opple for the base hit. McCarger can't get underneath it. Tries to gun him down, but Julian is safe. Later in the inning, runners on first and second. McClatchy threatening, and Nolan gets Anthony DeSantis to strike out to end the top half. In the bottom half, Hassani Johnson at the dish, and he hits it to the same spot as Julian. He gets aboard safely, and he's got a message for McClatchy.
Come on, man. Hey, don't let me start off hot.
But Gabe was not going to let him start out hot. With Hassani on third, he gets Derek Pham to strike out to end the inning. No damage done. We jump to the third. DeSantis at the plate once more. Pulls it to right field, but you guys know better than that. Zach McCarger's out there, the ball hawk. Take a look again. 2 plays of the week in one highlight. Top 5 now. Still nothing on the board. Runners on first, and Jalen Hodges lays down the perfect bunt, bouncing right over Nolan's head, and he gets in with the infield single. So we head to later in the inning. Brandon Silva on third. A big spot for Nolan with Julian at the plate and a patched ball. Silva comes in to score. Gets a little tripped up, but the run counts all the same. 1-0 McClatchy. On the next pitch, absolute chaos. Jaden Ramos tries to get Malcolm at third, but that ball sails over third base into the outfield. Malcolm scores, and suddenly the Lions lead 2-0. From there, it was Gabe's game to win. He strikes out Nick Abraham right here in the 6th, and McClatchy is inching closer. 2 outs now. Jordy Lopez at the plate, and strike 3 looking. Malcolm is fired up, and McClatchy is just 3 outs away from stealing game 1 on the road. Plays like this next one will help. Nolan Stevens hits a looper, but Jack Smith is there for the diving catch to prevent a hit. We had diving plays all over the place in this game, as McClatchy goes on to steal game 1 behind 7 scoreless innings from Gabe Henderson. Let's hear from those Lions.
Parker Rehm here at Franklin High School in your Mattress Firm perfect match. McClatchy gets the dub on the road. All right, we head to the big man on campus right now. Gabe, complete game shutout for you. You guys outlasted him. What was the difference in today's game?
Throwing strikes, trusting the defense, and then just, yeah.
Yeah, you were really mowing him down on the mound. I mean, what was working well for you?
The fastball. Blew it by him. Changeup was good. Curveball off today, but it still felt good, though.
Head over to Malcolm, our North Section Player of the Year. This Franklin team, #1 seed, you guys come in as a 4 seed. Do you guys feel like you kind of had a chip on your shoulder coming in on the road, getting a big win in game 1?
Yeah, we definitely had a chip on our shoulder. We're ready to go, and we're not done yet. We got to get one more, and it's all business here on out.
Head over to Julian. He had himself a pretty good game over at first and at the plate. You know, you guys have a chance to end this series and move on to the championship with a win at McClatchy. What do you guys need to do?
We just got to keep competing, and we're going to take this back to the Lions Den, baby. Yeah!
All right, well, we'll see what happens, but you guys got to let them know one more time. Come on.
Nick Pecoraro here, a Division I opener between number 10 Enox and number 7 Pleasant Grove. Here we go. We're scoreless in the third until Emily Bigley gets a rally started for PG. That one's off the shortstop's glove. She's fired up. She's throwing her elbow guard at me. Not sure why. I'm putting her on TV. Anyway, she's in scoring position now after stealing second, and her little sister Riley Bigley sends her home, and it's 1-0 Pleasant Grove. To the fourth inning now. PG has runners on first and second for Bella Harpster, who slaps another tough ball out to short. That'll bring home Marley Escobar, and it's 2-0. Next batter, freshman pitcher Madeline Lawson helps her own cause with a single to right. 3-zip PG. The next batter, Kaylee Heath, chops one into the 5-6 hole. Harpster scores. Pleasant Grove leads 4-0 after 4. But the Enoch shortstop, Miranda Temple, makes a nice play here in the fifth. Her teammates call her Mo. If you want it, let me hear you say, give me some Mo. Great play keeps Enox within striking distance, but Pleasant Grove would break it open in the sixth. Harpster again going the other way, and it's 5-0 PG. Same inning, bases loaded, Riley Bigley with another big RBI knock. The sophomore rips a double all the way to the wall in center. Bigley drove in 4 runs on Tuesday, and then it's Alana Tua who tacks one more on with a single to left. Bigley comes around to score. Pleasant Grove would tack on one more to invoke the run rule, and the Young Eagles move on to the second round.
I think just we came off on a high pedestal, and if we just keep going up, we're going to be pretty successful. And I think as a team, we had fun today, and I think always having fun is just a great way to start off the playoff season.
Coming up is Calaveras and GALT in Game 2.
Then HUGHSON and Linden baseball. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be back in a moment. Welcome back to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We continue tonight with our baseball playoff coverage. GALT is just one win away from the Division IV championship game. The Warriors, the 11th seed, beat the second-seeded Calaveras on Monday on the road and head home for Game 2 on Wednesday.
Yeah, Calaveras 26-3 on the season. Those guys are really good. Giovanni Tofanelli is batting .484 on the year with 9 home runs. A Calaveras win on Wednesday would force a Game 3.
Parker Rehm at GALT as Aiden Hall and the Warriors look to keep their Cinderella run going and make it to the D4 section title game, but they'd have to go through 2-seeded Calaveras to do it. Aiden Hall did his best to get him there, strikes out Giovanni Tofanelli. Then in the second, he gets up to bring it down. He throws it on to Oscar Romero at second for 1, to Sebastian Soto at first for the double play. Dean Habestead on the mound for Calaveras. He had a good game as well, but in the bottom half, Sebastian Soto gets the base hit, and 2 runners are aboard for the Warriors. But Dean didn't let that faze him. He strikes out Hunter Henke to end the inning right here. No damage done. We head to the top of the third. Aiden Look thought he struck out on the previous pitch. Just 2 strikes, so he steps back in and rips one for the base hit, or so we thought. It's under Larry Peruga's glove, and looky here, Calaveras with a runner on third. Aiden Look. Chris Maddock up next. Aiden Hall strikes him out, but the ball's in the dirt just to throw on to first, but it's low and Soto can't come up with it. Aiden Look comes on in to score, and it's 1-0 Calaveras. We jump to the next inning. Hall doing his best to keep GALT in this game. Strike 3 looking to Tyler. Hall had 10 strikeouts and only gave up 1 hit in this one. There's a stud on the other side, though. Dean held up his end, striking out Chris Pamplona in the 5th. Then with 2 outs and a runner on third, he gets Mason to swing through the pitch, and Big Red gets out of the jam. So enough strikeouts and errors. Let's show you some people making plays. Specifically, coaches making plays. Nice snag by Calaveras coach Tom DeLapp, inspiring his players to go out there and get the job done. And they did just that. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for GALT, and Andy Rios gets underneath it. The easy throw on to first, and a pitcher's duel ends in a 1-0 win for Calaveras. Dean says they're ready for whatever challenge they have next.
Anybody, any place, anytime. That's our motto this year. We don't care who it is. We don't care where it's at. We don't care what time it is.
Brian Mueller here to check out a D5 semifinal matchup between 6-seed HUGHSON and 2-seed Linden Monday afternoon. First game of the best-of-3. Both offenses got at it early. Top 1, Paul Wagner laces a hit to right. That brings in J.C. Lupercio, and the Huskies are up 1-0. They get another run on an error, then Jacob Yarborough drives it to right. deep enough to score Wagner, who comes sliding in hard, 3-0 Houston. The Lions get 2 back in their frame on a couple sack flies. Then with 2 on in the third, Cruz Herrera does his job, brings in the tying run with the ground ball to the right side, and it's a new ball game. Third inning now, and it's the other Herrera doing more damage. Alex Herrera pounds this pitch to left center and out of here. A 2-run shot, and the Lions have the lead 5-3. That is still the score in the 5th when Carlos Guizar lines it to right. In comes Wagner, and the Huskies are down just a run. Then later in the inning, there are 2 on for Max Mankins, and Houston, we have liftoff. This one way back and gone. A 3-run shot for the freshman, and the Huskies take back the lead 7-5. Next inning, 2 on again for the Huskies, and Houston, we have a problem because we need to launch again. This time it's Yarborough. He goes yard. Another 3-run homer for the Huskies, 10-5. But the line shows some life. Bottom 6. JT Cox gets a base hit to shallow left. A run comes in, and it's 10-6. Then it's Alex Herrera up again with 2 on, and he goes oppo down the right field line. Both runs come in to score, and it's a 2-run game. Linden has the tying run at the plate now, and this looks like it's going to find the grass, but there's Lupercio with the diving catch to end the inning and keep it 10-8. Top 7, the Huskies add on. Robert McDaniel drives in 2 with a single to center. Houston would get 4 in the inning, and they go on to win 14-8. 7 of the 12 Husky RBIs belong to freshmen.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way.
Nick Pecoraro here. We were bound to have a pitcher's duel in this D1 quarterfinal between number 5 Tracy and number 4 Rockland. Hannah Schaller came off of a one-hitter in the first round. She gets some help from her catcher, Vanessa Lang, who shuts down the steal attempt to end the first. Top 2, Tracy has the bases packed, but Brielle Wright, who came off a perfect game in round 1, gets the punch out, and we're scoreless heading into the third. Tracy senior Kesaya Fasicilia, that's a fun name to say. She singles up the middle to start a Bulldog rally, and 3 batters later, she would come home to score on this hit by Janelle Bergman. Raylan Anderson catches Bergman trying to take second. That keeps it at 1-0 Tracy. Schaller, meanwhile, working on a no-hitter through 3 2/3 until Kayla Adams goes off the flagpole beyond center field. Ding dong, the no-hitter's gone, and Rockland's now in front 2-1. Tracy with runners on in the 5th. Lang does her job by going the other way, but it starts a 4-6-3 double play. Savannah Grigsby to Sydney Barker to Kayla Adams. Rockland gets out of the jam. Bottom 5, Jillian Moeller likes it when the 49ers Sac-Hi cameras come out. This is her second homer that we've caught on film. That puts the Thunder up 3-1 now. Wright closes it out with one of her 7 strikeouts, and the Thunder will move on to play Sheldon in the D1 semifinals on Tuesday.
I'm very grateful to be in this position. This team has come a long way from the beginning of the season. We've really bought in as a team and put our all into this team, and it's shown in these last few games, and we just want it for each other, and that team aspect is really there, and I know we're going to give it our all and put it all out there next game. Go Thunder!
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Emma Fallon from Folsom. The fiery pitcher ended the regular season with a .42 ERA and earned a 4.0 GPA in the classroom.
Lots of talent there. Coming up, our second SunPower electric game, it's Rodriguez meeting Granite Bay.
Then it's the elimination game between Central Catholic and Vanden coming up next on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Hurry into Mattress Firm's best Memorial Day sale ever. Get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $500 on Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchases, or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, and save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 instant gift in stock for immediate delivery. And get 0% interest for 60 months. Only at Mattress Firm.
We got next, we ready to flex, we're ready to rock, headed to the top. We got next, can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got.
Kennedy Schoenauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best, so give it all you got. We got next, number 1, numero uno, front page in the news, yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym, harder than the rest.
The Granite Bay Grizzlies gave Rodriguez Rodriguez its third loss of the year in the series opener on Monday. Granite Bay, the 3 seed, took home the win on the road in Game 1 and now head on home to close out the series in 2.
Yeah, and Rodriguez will try and make sure that doesn't happen. The Mustangs, the 2 seed, looking to extend the series to a 3rd game. It's our 2nd SunPower Electric game. Mark Willis was there.
Electric game.
For the 2nd time in 3 weeks, Rodriguez finds themselves down 1-0. Last time was against Vanden. This time, Granite Bay has them on the ropes in an elimination game. Granite Bay will send their ace, Caden Hunter, to the mound. The lefty leads the team in whiffs this season. In Game 1, Evan Bishop and Jacob Garcia racked up multiple hits for the Grizzlies. As for the Mustangs, Aaron Strong and Jack Metro drove in runs for their squad. Head coach James Maldonado gives the ball to Grant Kerr to get the team back on track. Granite Bay is 9-5 at home. As for Rodriguez, they are 11-2 on the road. That sums it all up. Time to give you the SunPower Electric game. Let's just jump right into it. The ace, Caden Hunter, was great early on as he gets the whiff to end the inning in the first. Bottom of the second, 2-1 for Granite Bay. They do the little things right here. Small ball. Evan Bishop grounds the second. Landon Trout has it. He gets the out at first. Cody Ferrante comes in to score. 1-0 Grizzlies. Same inning. Infield in with Avery Isola on third. Contact play is on. But man, who'd have thunk this? Jack Metro has it all that kind of range. As he gets the ball, throws it home, get Isola out at the dish. 1-0 still. Kevin McIntosh says there's 1 out in the third. Hey, thank you, Kevin, for that. Single by Christian Burt. That scores McIntosh, and it's 2-0 ball game. Third inning now. Brett Ott on second for Preston Fondren, who singles up the box. You ought to know comes in to score. Alanis Marset, anyone? Well, it's now 3-0 Grizz. Then Isola gets up and he goes with the pitch to right. That plates Fondren from second, and it's 4-0 Granite Bay. Still in the third. Bases loaded for ought to know. Brett drives in Isola and Jacob Garcia. Part of a 6-run third for the Grizzlies, and they've busted things wide open. In the fourth, J.P. Smith steps in, and it loads on this one. 4! JP's the king of all the land. 9-0 Grizzlies when this thing lands. There's no Quentin Rodriguez, though, as they start to claw their way back in the sixth. Joseph Williams doubles to right center, scoring Kyle Sandern, and the Mustangs trail by 7. Then Miguel Ramos steps up, and he gets a solid single to center. That scores Demetria Pratt, and Rodriguez puts up 4 runs late, but it was too little too late. As the goofy goober, Jack Jufron, comes in to get the last 3 outs, and that would do it. Granite Bay, the 3rd seed, moves on to the Division II section finals. We caught up with Brett Ott after the game.
The last 3-4 weeks, we really built the team together, and we're all like a band of brothers now. It was a big win. Caden came on the mound, he shoved, you know. It was just everybody firing at the right time. Whoever we play, they got to be ready for us. We don't got to be ready for them.
In Granite Bay, for the SunPower Electric game, I'm Mark Willis, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Travis Air Force Base, just beyond center field, the Vanden Vikings give the ball to their ace, Eric Diaz, to close this series out with Central Catholic. Diaz pitched in Game 1, so he's an innings limit for his start, but he was dominant from the jump. Bottom 2, here's Diaz at the plate with a runner on first. A blooper down the right field line falls. It's the first hit of the day, and it puts runners on the corners. The batter shows bunt, pulls back. Fernando Alanis throws to first, and Nando guns him down. Deja vu. We have a pitcher's duel. Diaz with a no-hitter in 5 innings, and 5 innings is all he would get after reaching his limit. Tyler Wentworth led the Central Catholic basketball and football teams to the section title games. Now he's doing all he can to get the baseball team there. 10 strikeouts for the sophomore southpaw. Bottom of the 6th, Vanden's Tyler James at the plate. Someone call air control at Travis Air Force Base. Tell him if they see a blip on the radar, it's just a ball blasted from Tyler James. Aiden Taylor gets the Raiders' first hit of the day in the 7th inning on a ground ball through the left side, but Vanden erases the base runner on the next batter. Aiden Robles, Jack Brooks, Jason Olsen, 4-6-3 double play. Relief pitcher Trevor Morse gets the final batter to fly out to right, and Vanden's season will continue. The Vikings take the series in 3, and we talked to James about that game-winning homer.
Before my bat, Daryl told us, let's just end this game, so that was a big one. Probably some of the best bro I felt all year. It felt great. Still got to finish the job, but hopefully we can do that and then move on to state.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ersSac-Hi sports.com. We will send you the entire game digitally.
Follow us on social media, please, for lots of fun and exciting content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated with scores, news, and a whole lot more. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, highlights from the track and field section finals at Davis High School.
Then it's Turlock and Whitney softball. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. We'll be right back.
The track and field section final is being held on Saturday. It's the first Masters track and field meet since 2019.
Yeah, it's so great to have it back. The best track and field athletes from around the section competing at Davis High School on Saturday are Mark Willis and Brian Mueller were there to capture the big finishes.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Davis for some Saturday afternoon field event finals. We'll start in boys long jump, where Sac-Hi Sports inspirational athlete Isaiah Griffin shows he can not only jump high on the basketball court, but also far into the sand. The Burbank senior's best jump was 20 feet 9 inches, but it was Lodi's Maceo McDowell that brought the fire for the Flames. He takes the title with a leap of 23.10. In girls long jump, St. Francis senior Kenna DeLamos comes up clutch in her final jump, sinking into the sand at 18 feet 7.5 inches, putting her in first place. But in the final jump of the event, St. Mary's Cameron Fields does her 1 inch better. She wins with an 18.8 inch jump. In boys shot put, the big man from Enox took the day. Abayomi Babaloa goes for 52 feet 9.5 inches. Girls discus, Weston Ranch Jr. Galadriel Melian waited until her final throw to unleash her best one, 137.6. That will be good enough to win it by a foot. Let's see some girls pole vault, and we were treated to seeing one of the best in the state with Oak Ridge senior Allison Saheda. She sets a meet record by clearing 13 feet 2 inches, a definite contender for a state title. And finally, in boys high jump, the last man standing is the home track senior Ray Oldham from Davis, going for 6 feet 7.5 inches, and on his final attempt, he clears it. Oldham wins the high jump. And speaking of getting vertical, let's send it to Mark Willis, who was the eye in the sky for track.
Thanks, Brian. And that eye in the sky caught some impressive races here at Davis Senior High School. To the girls' 4x100 meter relay, Edison in lane 4 came in as the favorite. Aaliyah Williams starting things out for them. Clean handoff by all runners, and it's a dead sprint to the third leg. 300 meters down, and it's a close one between Ryan Scott of St. Mary's and Nakia Johnson of Edison. Kimora Hill Brown is in the lead when she gets the baton, but St. Mary's anchor Corey Fields makes up some time. Down the stretch they come, and Fields blows the field away, finishing in a time of 46.66 seconds. Edison comes in second, and Whitney comes in third. To the boys 4x100, it's Oak Ridge, Argonaut, Jesuit, Rio Americano, Monterey Trails, Downey, Cosumnes Oaks, and Yuba City all qualified for the finals. Downey and Cosumnes Oaks came in as the favorite, but Yuba City just edges out Cosumnes Oaks. Joaquin Porqueo, Michael Rojo, Dorsey Sanders, and Amiris Bazemore finished with a time of 42.43. Downey in third. Now to the girls' 100-meter hurdles. Lane 3 is Corey Fields. Lane 4 is Yvette Harris of Lincoln and Stockton, and Rocklin's Gazelle Kirshner in lane 5. Fields pulls ahead early, but Kirshner puts it into another gear and ends up winning in a time of 14.03 seconds. In the boys' 110-meter hurdles, Breland Reed of Edison, our scholar athlete of the winter season, is in lane 4. Stephen Dahu of Pleasant Grove in lane 5, but it's Wood Creek's Isaiah Earls taking the title in lane 3 in a time of 14.55 seconds. Cameron Williams of Murrell West comes in second. Now to the girls' 100 meters. Keep your eye on lane 4. It's Cameron Fields of St. Mary's. She wins in a time of 11.81 seconds. Charlie McClure of Edison comes in second, and Kennedy of Sacramento, Marlene Cavett, finishes in third. In the boys' 100-meter dash, 6 finalists in this one. Amarion Ashley of Edison in lane 4, but the winner comes from Manteca Highs. Zion Allen wins in a time of 10.65 seconds. Ashley in second, and Michael Rojo of Yuba City in third. Finally, the boys' 200 meters. It's McGregor Tissell of Rocklin in lane 3, Zion Allen in lane 4, he's from Manteca, and Kanye Clark, the football standout at Capital Christian, in lane 5. And down the home stretch they come. Check out Clark, he's in the lead, but Zion Allen wins this one in 21.82 seconds. Clark from Cap Christian in second, and Rocklin's Tissell finishes in third. The Turlock team bus got stuck in a lot of traffic and was late to arrive to Whitney High School, but that did not slow down the Bulldogs. Fresh off the bus, Turlock scores first. Aaliyah Lacerda stands on third. Haley Bacon grounds out to Alyssa Flint For the sacrifice, Aaliyah comes in to score 1-0. Bottom first now, Whitney gets it all back and then some. Cleanup hitter Maya Flint gets a hold of this one deep into the Rockland sky. It's just fair for a 3-run homer and a little dance to finish it off. Top of the second now, Whitney flashing the D as center fielder Jordan Yakums comes flying in and makes the diving catch to take a hit away. Bottom 2, Whitney threatening with 2 outs, but Abby Harrington is able to get the ground ball. Candace Campbell with a smooth-looking stop at short. She's so money, and the Bulldogs get out of the jam. Now to the third, Sarah O'Day steps up, hip-hop, hey, oh, O'Day, ho! Sending this one deep to center, onto the batting cages back there, it's gone! Still in the fourth, Yakums on second, and Alyssa Jeffrey smacks the pitch up the box and into center for a double. That will bring home Jordan, and the Wildcats are building that lead. To the seventh we go. Turlock making a late push. Alexandra Souza grounds the first, and on the play, Angie Valenzuela comes in to score the Bulldogs' second run. That will be all for Turlock as shortstop Alyssa Flint gobbles up the grounder and on to first. And for the final out, the young Wildcats from Whitney are growing up fast with their first round victory. After the game, we caught up with Hannah Duncan, who threw a no-hitter, but shouts out to her catcher instead.
That was probably a huge moment because I know this is her first playoff game, and I know she's been in a slump and then she got out of it with a 3-run homer. That was awesome.
Coming up, we will choose the play of the week. This could be the play of the week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section top 10 baseball poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
Our wild man Mark Willis will name off a few contenders and then award the play we thought was the best of the best.
Yo, Robert, this is Jackson Percoats of BUHACH Colony robbing the hit from Del Campo and then doubling up the runner at first. Jack Brooks of Vanden making this Brandon Crawford looking play at short. Nicely done there. Then it's Zach McCarger of Franklin, the sliding catch and right. Guy makes crazy plays. Matt Moses of Del Campo, the outstretching effort to make the grab. But this can't be beaten. Vanden's Daryl Dilworth robs a home run. Daryl, you got some mad hops. And Daryl, you got the play of the week.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. Join us next week for highlights from the section final games in baseball and softball. Exciting action. We'll see you then.